welcome to the Facebook for Business training from Monate Global. My name is Karen Clark, and I'm the author of Social Media for Direct Selling. In this training, we're going to talk about the most popular social media site on the planet. I look at Facebook as a big backyard barbecue. It's a mix of business and casual, the place to stay connected to anything you care about. People check it daily, even before getting out of bed, and it has over 1.5 billion users. The challenge with Facebook is being able to promote your business effectively while also using it for personal reasons. Allowing the two to mix when appropriate, but keeping them separate when you need to. We're going to go over the 4 main areas on Facebook: your personal profile, your business page, Facebook groups, and Facebook events. Your personal profile usually consists of connections with your friends and family, and sometimes your team, but it's not intended for business. In fact, it's against Facebook's rules to use it primarily for commercial gain. But your Monate Global business is integrated into your life, so what you do will be what you talk about. Just be subtle and conversational. Did you know that when you post something to your personal Facebook, you can customize the audience? The default is to have your post go to friends, people who you've agreed to have a mutual relationship. When it's something about your business, such as, "I can't wait for my Monate Global training meeting tonight," you can change it to public. That way, your visibility is increased. Or, when you want to talk about something about your business, you can change it to a certain list of friends that you might have created. If you click on More Options, you'll see that you can create a variety of kinds of lists so you can customize the audience. You can also exclude people from the audience by saying Custom, and then Don't Share with Family, for example. On the other hand, if you want to share about a vacation or pictures of your kids, you could tell it to share with only family. And then Facebook won't show it to anybody else. These friend lists are important if you do welcome business connections on your personal profile. Just know that whatever your setting was on your previous post is what it'll be on the next post. So be sure to change it back to the way you want it for your next post. To create and manage your list, just go to facebook.com/bookmarks/lists. Not only will you be able to customize your audiences for each of your posts, but if you click on one of the lists, your newsfeed actually becomes posts only by people on that list. It makes it really easy to target them when you're going to comment on different posts. For example, you could set up a list specifically for prospects. Then when you're spending 15 or 20 minutes a day connecting with people, you can be sure to do so with that list. These lists are completely private. Speaking of audiences, always be sure to check who the audience is of posts that you might find in your newsfeed to comment on. And be aware that if there's a globe, that means it's a public post. And when you like or comment on that post, a little story goes out to your friends saying that you did so. If you do have a mix of business and personal connections, you might want to be discreet on which things you interact with. While we're on the subject of personal profiles, it's super important that you make sure you fill out all of your information, such as this introduction and where you work. Include information about your business if you want people to be able to see that. Click on your About tab, and from there you can edit each section. My recommendation is anything that has to do with business, change the privacy to public. So for example, under Work and Education, if you have a business page, enter the name of it here, and then change the privacy to public. Right over here. This will make it easy for people to contact you even if they come across your profile in groups or other pages. Let's talk about pages. Think of your business page as a storefront. You want to make a good first impression, but you also want to have conversations with people when they walk into your store. There are several features you might not know about that I want to make sure that you implement to help you get more results. The first one is this Shop Now button. It's called the Call to Action button. Click on it and you'll see you have several options for this button. It could be a way for people to contact you, or you can have it redirect right to your website. The next thing you want to take advantage of is this About section. You have the option of putting a featured video if you've uploaded any videos, but you can also add a short description and then your website. Click on the little pencil here to manage that. If you scroll down a little bit, you'll see this section called Visitor Posts. Always check for visitor posts and be sure you're responding. These are people who've reached out to you and posted directly onto your page. We don't want to ignore them as that could lead to some sales. Another thing to be aware of is when you create posts, you actually have the ability only on a business page to schedule it out in advance. So instead of hitting the publish button, you're going to want to click this little triangle and then hit schedule, and you can tell Facebook when you would like your post to go out. This can be really great for people who have busy lives and want to set their posts up once a week to go out every day. Then you can just be sure to go back and check for anything to reply to. Another thing to be aware of is this Insights section at the top, and there's a preview of it over on the right side. Let's click on the Insights tab. This section is an area where you can check how your business page is performing. Hopefully you're going to see a lot of green here, but one of my favorite things to do is to click over on the left where it says Posts. You'll be able to see the time that most of your people are online, but what you can also do is look at past posts and then search by reach or engagement to see which ones had the best results. I'm going to click on this word engagement, and then I'm going to click on reactions, comments, and shares. That will tell me which post got the most interaction. What I can do then is look at each individual post and tell myself, wow, that was really popular. I'm going to do more of that. To set up your business page, go to facebook.com/business and follow the instructions after create page. Be aware that even though business pages are created and designed specifically for doing business, it's still important to be conversational and think about how you can serve your audience in the types of things that you post. When you create content that compels your audience to like and comment and share, your posts get visibility among all of Facebook. Business pages are controlled by what's called the newsfeed algorithm. And what that is that Facebook decides which post to show to the people who like the page. It doesn't show everybody every post by every page that they like. So it's kind of like a popularity contest, and the more engagement that you get on your posts, the more likely your posts are going to be seen by people who like your page and their connections. So in order to do that, it's even more important that your posts have content that people will want to share and like and comment on, even if it's not about buying the product. If you've got your Shop Now button set up and your contact information on your About tab, people will know how to get in touch with you to do business. Unfortunately, you cannot private message people from a business page initially, but if somebody's made a comment on one of your posts, you can reply through a private message. For example, in this comment by Jennifer, I could have replied here as a comment, or I can click on the message button and start a conversation with her privately. I would be sure to be conversational, but maybe mention some services that I provide that might help her learn even more. You don't want to be spamming people, so make sure that reaching out would be welcomed by the person. Now, since business pages are completely public, sometimes you want a more closed environment and able to support people or offer customer service, and that can be done in a Facebook group. Since Facebook groups cannot be run by businesses, it's still advised not to do any selling within a Facebook group. However, they can be a great place to support your team if you're a leader or to offer VIP customer care. To start a group, go to facebook.com/groups and click on Create a Group. I recommend using the closed group option so that all of the posts are private. And then only inviting people by sending them the link where they can request to join. I don't recommend using the Add Members feature since it automatically adds them without giving the option to say yes or no. Some people get annoyed by this and will mark your group as spam. Again, you're not doing selling in here, it's offering support and information. In addition to that, you can use Facebook's group discovery tool to find other groups that you can participate in. For example, this group is about my hometown and has almost 4,000 people. That might be a great place to network. Now, if I join this group, it's not to spam about my business. I would enjoy the conversations within the group, ask questions, carry on discussions, and then people who get to know me might then visit my profile to find out what I do. From there, I can open up a private conversation or take it offline completely. So let's talk about events. An event page can be a great way to drive attendance to an opportunity call or a local event or your team meetings. Events can be started by a business page, your personal profile, or a group. Typically, you'll have a set date and time where the event is taking place, and Facebook will send out a reminder to people. This is why it can be great for increasing attendance. Your guests can also post within the event page, and you can carry on conversations before, during, and after the event. If you're doing any kind of selling on this event page, I recommend that you use a business page to do this. Find your Events tab and create your event, or from the timeline, simply click on Offer Event and choose Event to start one. What I love about events is that Facebook will send everybody a notification when you post something new and a reminder when the event is about to start. Because of the notifications, I don't recommend that you add people to an event unless you're sure they want to be there. Personal invitations work great. So I hope you've enjoyed this Facebook for Business training. If you have questions, feel free to connect with me. You can even friend me or invite me to like your pages. I'd love to see what you're up to. Bye bye.